Hello guys, Mr. Fluffy Pants here. Today guys, another video. Today guys, I'm going to review Falcon and the Winter Soldier Season 1, Episode 2. Also give you some of my first reactions after watching it. But this episode is entitled Star-Spangled Man. And, finally this episode, Bucky and Steve get there. Also, this will contain spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it real quick. Because, I'm just going to kind of go over the things that kind of stuck out to me. But pretty much this episode, they really start, introducing John Walker's, Captain America, or, from the comics U.S. agent, which, at first, they kind of give him, that whole background, him at the school for Good Morning America or whatnot, or at his old high school, you're like, okay, well, this guy ain't bad. He's just kind of being pawned by the government. But as the episode progresses, you start seeing, like, his, quote unquote, true colors come out, especially after, Sam and Bucky repeatedly, reject his offers, to do this together, which, especially later whenever we'll get into that in a second, but so pretty much this episode, Steve and Bucky finally meet up, and they start going after the Flag Smashers because Sam's like, they might be super soldier serum or whatnot, so they start going after the group, which we learn a little bit more about them. Pretty much the main leader of the Flag Smasher, which is played by the same girl that played the leader of the I forgot their names, but the kind of I guess the star of the rebels in Solo. She played Enfys Nest, I think their name was, but in this she's Carly Montague, or I don't know, something like that. But that's actually kind of a gender switched of the original name of Flag Smasher, which was a singular character from the comics. But they're having a lot of obscure Captain America comic characters and introduced in the series. You got U.S. Agent later in that, so we got Battlestar and just all sorts of stuff, which it's actually kind of cool. How they're connected together, which. After Sam and Bucky start fighting the Flag Smashers, I think it's funny, but, John Walker's Captain America, swings in on a helicopter with Battlestar, which, he's like, hey, come on, let's do this together. That's actually a pretty nice action sequence. Like, that was actually pretty cool, seeing Sam and Bucky. And, honestly, I kind of did like, watching John Walker, come in and save the day, because, at that point, in the episode, you're like, what, maybe this guy ain't so bad after all. Like, he seems like he genuinely wants to help, but, after, they kind of get their asses beat by, the Flag Smashers, they get him riding the Jeep, and they're like, come on, we gotta do this together, blah, blah, blah. And then, whenever his John Walker's kind of sidekick says his name's Battlestar, Bucky's like, nope, I'm out, and he just gets off. And then John Walker, he's like, look, I'm not trying to be like Steve, I'm just trying to be the best Captain America I can be. And it'd be really helpful if I had his wingman by my side. And that really set Falcon off too, which at that point in the story, Bucky's like, hey, I got someone I want you to meet. And I was like, ooh, who are they going to? And, this, didn't really surprise me because, there are some theories that he was showing in the show, but Isaiah Barbie, I think his name is, Bradley, I think, Isaiah Bradley, yeah. But, they go to his house in Baltimore, Maryland, which, actually, turns out they had a Bucky and, Isaiah Bradley had a conflict in the past where, when Bucky was still the Winter Soldier in the Korean War, which, Isaiah Bradley is actually old super soldier, which, in the comics he's known as the Black Captain America, but, he's sent to the Korea on the peninsula because, the U.S. government heard Bucky was on the peninsula, and pretty much, from what we learned, Isaiah pretty much ripped Bucky's arm halfway in half, which I really wish we kind of got a flashback sequence. But the actor that plays Isaiah, I really loved his performance here. I thought he really brought the pain of the character because he's like, I just wanted to see if you had your arm back or you were here to kill me. And we see that whenever he gets mad, he throws that thing in the wall, which shows he still has the super soldier serum or strength or whatnot. We also see his grandson, which becomes the character Patriot in the Young Avengers. So, Marvel Phase 4 definitely seems to be setting up the Young Avengers, which I think is kind of cool, but, maybe a little bit forced. I don't know. But, then he tells, how he gets locked up for 30 years in prison, prodded and probed by the U.S. government, Hydra and all that. And then, also, I think, Marvel might be dipping their toe a little bit too far in with, because so far the show's kind of dealt with some political issues. In this episode, they kind of really drove that in with, the police kind of racially profiling Sam or whatnot. And then they're like, oh, that's Falcon or blah, blah, blah. But then they end up arresting Bucky for, not making his therapy sessions, which we learned is actually, due to John Walker. He's like, if y'all gonna run from me, I'll just bring y'all back to me. And, then John Walker's like, yeah, they don't have to do their therapy sessions anymore. I mandate it as long as they, they come with me. And then when they meet him outside, and also I love Bucky and Sam's little therapy session, which actually brings to light, because Bucky's like, or she asks Bucky, she's like, what annoys you so much about Sam? And nothing childish. And he really brings up some, a deep personal issue, which she's like, well, if you gave away that shield, that means, if Cap's wrong about you, that also means he was wrong about me, which, really, like, just puts into perspective, like, that is, like, a very deep character motivation right there, and I really, really enjoy that right there. Like, that was great, but, after they walk outside, John Walker, like, blah, 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 you're going to join us? And they're like, no, we got this. And he's like, okay, fine. Well, if you're not with me, you're against me, so stay out of my way. And, that's when his real, real colors, shine through, which, I think, honestly, he might be coming to, like, an anti-hero by the end of the series, or he might even join up with them by the end of the series, but... Bucky's like, well, Flash Masters have ties to Hydra, and, why don't we just go, talk to Hydra, someone that knows all Hydra secrets. They're like, Baron Zemo, and, we get to see Baron Zemo next episode, which he's still in prison in this episode, so I wonder if Bucky and Sam are the reason he gets out of prison. But even if not, it seems like, they might have done it unintentionally or something. I don't know. But I'm really excited, Zemo's back. I love Daniel Brohl so much. Like, he is so awesome. But overall, though, I think this episode was really good. I think the action in this episode is a lot better. I like seeing John Walker's interaction with the other characters a little bit more, but I definitely think this was better than the last episode, honestly. I think they should have released these two as the premiere, kind of like with what they did with WandaVision, but overall there, I'm going to give this episode probably we'll do an 8.7 out of 10. Like, I really enjoyed it, but like I said, I think they're dipping their toe a little bit too far into current political issues with this show, but I don't know, that's just me personally. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure you guys check out my Twitter and Discord, link in the description. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some other videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.